Good. Oh, look. Surviving a buffer. Oh, that's a big one. I'll pull up Starlink here. Okay. You can see occasionally here. Let me. Where's OBS? There it is. Still no packets lost. But you can see. Let's go to big webcam. All right. So you can see here the signal noise ratio down here at the bottom. Ah, the crack on my screen is messing it up. Okay, but you get the idea. Every now and then it drops. You can see in the background the buffers grow when we get some sort of intermittent drop happening. So this is fantastic. Okay, and it's working. Wow, who would have thought? And the Twitch inspector should be showing us good news. Let's bring that over. Right. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous numbers. We can live with that. Well, the 10 milliseconds seems to be enough that it doesn't really care. Now, if a big drop happens, yeah, if a big drop happens, then some of these might actually have more of an issue. But we'll see. I think I'm most interested to see when this one gets really, really low. What happens then? Because then we're going to start relying on Twitch's buffer. It should be pretty small. That should be good. Oh, I'm so excited. This is really cool. All right, let's add. Let's start to work on these. 10 is such an arbitrary value. And we could do 5. We could do something else. Um, I want to see the CPU usage. Still really, really low. Then one thing that we didn't do was adjust the client side. Uh, client, where is it? So reading data from Twitch. Yeah, we're still doing 250 here. Basically, if length is 0, we want to continue. Same thing on the other side. Let's take that down to 10 on server. Because we do not need to go through this whole thing for each one of those. That's better. Oh, and we're still in big head mode. Uh-oh. Let's go back to that one. You guys got to tell me. Eventually we'll get like so zoomed in, you'll be looking at the screen off the reflection of my eyes. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Make this loop nice and simple. Client, client. Okay, this is good there. All right. So when the client starts up, we will do the analysis to see where to connect to. So let's implement that. Hold on a sec. All right. Turns had gone sideways. They're playing Castle Crashers. Let's toss this maybe a net. Net. Uh, mod. Twitch. Source. Yeah, look. Still, no packets lost here. Look at that. 0. Thanks for a little amazing buffer, which is awesome. All right. Net source. Twitch. Now we need some sort of HTTP client. What? It's funny, I haven't used an HTTP client in this yet. Look at that, just nice and solid. That's looking so much better. And I'm not using CBC here because I usually get transcoded. So I'm not, let's say, yeah, I'm actually not getting transcoded right now. So we're using variable bitrate at the moment. It's fine. A little higher than I usually stream. But I'm using the default encoder, whether the hardware encoder, and it doesn't do CBC like the rest. So give me a sec. There we go. Okay. That's looking pretty good. So according to our bug, which we're going to load up, come back to our bug list. Oh, it's this one, right? Yeah. We connect there. Then we get JSON back. So we're gonna want the first one. What do we get if we do this? Oops, that's a time. That makes sense. Then we'd have the template URL here. We'd have to parse this. because we need to connect to an IP on a port. Okay, so first we get the list. We need some tiny, could even be synchronous HTTP client. Although we are using, we've got the kitchen sink already, so let's see, is this? Yeah, it's HTTPS. Oh, it's an HTTP server. Okay, that's not what I want. Um, let's also search for client. Yeah, might as well, right? Let's use this one. Client, cargo add, REQWEST. Actually, what are the features? All right, we need TLS. Which one is default TLS? Wait, I think we also want JSON for this. I have to change something. Setting, output. Yeah, I can't change that. Okay, never mind. Features. Well, let's do no default features. JSON. Features Rust OS. I go check. Yep, there goes everything. HTTP client. All right, let's get coding. Suggested host. I don't know. I'm guessing on IO result, and we probably want sock adder. Yeah, that's going to be public. Now, we're going to use request. Just going to call that IP straight up. The hard part's going to be taking that IP apart. our reference. So let's go to the request documentation. Get, yes, JSON. Not sure on the hash map bits. I think we want a vector. Can we give it a type here? Maybe we create the type. And what? Okay. Too far. There. Okay, let's get the IP address. Look at that. Still golden. That's looking really good. Oh, look, we got a buffer going. Yep. Wow. Did we actually hit? We hit a point where we didn't have anything in buffer. Oh, look at that. Um, Actually, let's go back just for a moment. I want to see because we did hit 0, so our 5-second buffer died or was exhausted, and it's doing it again. It's okay. Now it's back. Unstable events, only 2. Well, that irons it out a bit. That and where are they? I don't see the unstable events. Okay, let's leave that over. Yeah, over here somewhere. That's fine. Okay, so we load this up. Oh, it's not even going to be that. Let's just use result. Okay. Yeah. What kind of errors do you have? Request. Okay. We got to figure out what the JSON bit means. I think I want to be able to represent these things as a structure. So we're going to look at the documentation here, kind of guess as to what these are. Looks like they're all required, which will make it easy. Okay. This, let's say it's use size, availability, F32 or 64, whatever, doesn't matter. Bool. This is going to be a string. URL, also a string for now. Priority use size. All right. What are we missing? Where's our formatter? Net lib should be in there. Oh, did we add it to the wrong thing? We added it to client. It should have been added to net. That's why. Goodbye request. I mean, really, the lines are blurring pretty quick here. So why does, I mean, host is dependent on this. Why does host need to have all of these dependencies? Should be fine. Now, this is going to be a vector of, say, of host. Yeah, there it goes. Wow. Why is that increasing but not? Yep, then it uploaded it very quick. That's impressive. It's just back to its buffer. Yes. Oh, look, we had an unstable event back there. That was 5 minutes ago, and one right here. Takes a bunch of those out. We'll have to see. 10 seconds might not, or 5 seconds might not be enough. And we might go 10. I think we'll try 10 next time. All right. Oh, deserialize is not supported. Saturday. That means we need to have Saturday support in network. Or go add Saturday. What? Oh, copy, yeah. That we don't need any of these. Debug could be good. Not public though. And I don't think we're gonna need it. Try simplifying macro imports. Really? Oh, because Saturday has features. Cargo, what features? Saturday. Derive. There we go. Okay. All right. So we have that. That should deserialize. We should be able to get that. Let's see what the result is. We'll panic there. That's fine. Or go run. I'll play. Let's go into args. Client source args. No longer need to know who to connect to. It's going to be automatically done for you. Okay. And what else? There's that. Now we go into client main and adjust for that. Oh, it's Tokyo there. RT net IUTLC. We also need time. Oh, no, we wanted that. Okay. Now we have args. Args had been passing values in on who to connect to. Not going to be doing that. Connect is going to be net Twitch suggested host or whatever we call it. Something like that. What error are we expecting? Request. Okay, looks like they have their own result type. All right, now deserialize is not implemented for that. Why? Net cargo. Oh, I tossed Saturday on the wrong thing, didn't I? Client. Your Saturday goes away. Wait, did we? We didn't need Saturday before, did we? Not that I can think of. Yeah, another unstable. All right, debug results. Dash dash. Oh, there's a tea. I'm gonna pour some more. Come on, Hyper. So close. Oh, and it looks like we ended up dropping network packets. Look at that, 47, which is really low. Just don't know why they would have dropped. I mean, maybe during a compile, everything got slow. All the cores were running. But still, 48, 47. Excuse me, 47 isn't bad at all. There we go. What? Ah, yes. Hold on a sec. Okay. Okay. No, that gets borrowed there. Unused. Oh, fine. Now we should be able to run it. Now that we have those dependencies all set up, good. There we go. This should connect, get the list, dump it out. Where is it? Where's our list? Oh, I put it after. Hmm, that's a good question. Where do we want it? All right, let's connect to 2222 locally. Okay. It has to do the handshake. All right, for now, just for our testing, I'm gonna move this up. That and it should panic after we do that. It didn't do it. Oh, let's just do it first thing. All right. Oh, invalid type map expected a sequence. Okay, so it was a hash map, wasn't it? Because of the outermost layer. Yeah, because it's ingests there. All right, so it's a hash map, which is really kind of silly, but whatever. Hash map to string and that. Then we should be able to get the entry out for that. Okay, so result dot get ingest. All right. Wow. Hit another patch, huh? See, I don't understand why this buffers occasionally. Like right there, it's not showing. Like the signal noise ratio is fine. I don't get it. Okay, where are we going? We also need to be able to parse a URL, and I don't want to do that. We could use a regular expression or something. Uh, we already have request, all this stuff. Let's see, does it have a dependency? DNS resolver, trust DNS resolver. What else do we have? Oh, it has URL. Okay. Documentation, please. All right, so we just say URL parse, give it that, and then we can get the pieces that we want. Nice. The hoster. Oh, look at that. That's neat. All right. Oh, ingest was none? Was it plural? That's plural. Okay, that's plural. All right, that's that. Now we want to get the first one. The host is going to be equal to ingests. Let's see, parsing the URL template. We should be able to get the first one, right? Because what if this ever returns something that, I guess this is an option, isn't it? Oops. 'Cause it's possible that, I mean, unlikely, highly unlikely, that all of the Twitch ingest servers are down. Let's see, in this case, we would, here, if, I don't want to do it that way. We'll just match on that. Okay. I don't know. Okay, there's that. Here, okay. So we get the first one. It's an option. Well, I guess this one could have been some other sort of error, but they both are basically the same thing. If ingest isn't there, then something else is wrong too. I know. Let's have this one do like a if let sum. Host.url template. So then we're basically going to get the host out of that. All right, then if we have a hoster, which we should, I expect that all of these should have one, then we do a DNS lookup on that. And request, I think, is using trust DNS resolver. Resolver, okay, with the default configuration. Oh, we can do this one. Then we just look up the IP. What does that give us? Okay, that should work. I'm just gonna grab this guy. Okay, no unwrap. That's actually, their doc shouldn't do that. Ah, cargo. What features? Trust DNS. That default's fine for me. Oh, let's just do an add. Let me just ask it to look up an IP. Right, and because there could be many addresses associated with it, it's. I wonder what kind that is. Is it an iterator or is it something else? Say, do we have to await that? Look up IP. Async resolver. Hmm. Yeah, this looks much more complicated than it really is. Tokyo async resolver. Okay, did we need a feature for that? No, it seems all right. What? Don't you have URL? Sorry, I was just surprised. Um, Async resolver, Tokyo. Why can't it find that? See, they're using the other name. See, here we have async resolver. We don't see Tokyo async resolver in this. Type definitions. Oh, I see is the type definition. Hold on a sec. All right. Really? That's cool. Is that not default? Yeah, so even though we've got this 5 minute, 5 second buffer, 5 second, we still need we still need a bit more of a buffer. Okay. And it's not as bad as it had been. It says fewer than I normally have. All right. No, it's still up here. So default is Tokyo runtime. So we should have had that. And then system config. Trust. DNS resolver, right? Ah, all right. That's in config. What about resolver options? Also in config. Okay. So original Riven, no. And I was thinking about that earlier, but it's true. It's one more layer. And I'm doing one lookup. When we move it down below, we could block everything. Do instead of, yes. Um, Part of it is I'm not entirely sure where it's going to end up down here. I think it's going to be just before this code here, right? Which means that the server is going to be running and we're not going to want to block the thread that, um, I mean that because of that, I went with the async one, just because this stuff is already going to be running. And then this shouldn't cause any overhead or hanging or anything like that. So, because I want to do the request just before we make the request to Twitch. So who knows? Maybe I'll start this up 5 minutes before I actually stream, and the servers go down somewhere in Washington, and I need to switch to Oregon. So that that's my best excuse. It's not all that great because really I could just leave it at the top and use the sync resolver. It's not like things are going to change in about the 5 minutes it takes me to set up. Say unused result, yes. Now what do we get back from this? Is that a socket adder? Because that's what I would want back. Let's look at the docs. Oh, that's right. It gives us a list back, doesn't it? Oh, wait, wait. Let's go back one. This one had methods on it. Okay. That I think is just so neat. You have a type alias, and they implemented it. I did not know you could do this in Rust. It's just great. Learned something new today. So they have that, then they implement it. It's just great. Oh, but we were going to look at the async resolver, lookup IP, gives us a result of lookup IP to that. Hmm. Oh, I like that little arguments down here. It's nice. All right, so we get some sort of iterator back here. We're just going to take the first one. And what is that going to give us? Lookup IP iter, implements iterator, IP adder. And is this? Okay, that's the default. I'll just return that. We need an OK on that. All right, that should be good. Let's drop that down here. Hit connect. Unwrap or else. Is there no type option for the DNS record? Or does lookup imply A and quadruple A? I think it does imply that. And because we asked it to look up IP, so it probably does the multiple DNS resolution until you get to the IPv4, IPv6. I thought we could. map or else. No, it's okay or else, isn't it? Okay or else. We'll turn it into an okay, and that converts into an error, and then we use the try operator. All right, now our connect here, because we have IPv4, we want to be able to connect to that. Oh, that's great, Riven. So in this case, we want to be able to provide it with something. Um, Sockadder. Let's see. Does Sockadder have has a v4, v6? Can we create it from something else? No. We can give it an IP adder and a port. Perfect. All right. Actually, I want to do that conversion up here. I'm going to map that. Um, there we go. Beautiful. And that should give us, well, that should give us everything we need. Yeah, we get rid of that. We're just going to listen to 2222. We're going to start up OBS again. Launch anyways. Sure. All right. Well, we also need another Stitch server running. Uh-oh. Buffering going there. Another one. That has to improve. This is getting longer. No, it's not there. Okay. Rust log equals trace. All right. It's going to connect to this one. Okay. But not on 22222. Let's. Address already in use. 5391. Take that. All right, so now let's configure this. So we're going to set up a custom RTMP : / 1935 5391, just like that. It's not going to use the stream key. Uh-oh. Can I undo that? I changed the wrong profile. Okay, can we fix that? Let's go to the correct profile, settings, do the same thing again. Custom. All right. Now we start the streaming. And it's going to go to the server here, which will then come to the client. And the client should look this up. Now, did we? Okay. And it should all just work because it compiled. Whoa, look at that. Okay, we're tracing everything. What was the result? We're connecting to whatever this one is. Okay, fancy. Well, it looks like it's working. Yeah, there it goes. Boom. Now we can look that up and figure out where we're actually connecting to. Way too much tracing going on. This is just bogging my machine down a lot. Okay, so it went to Seattle, which is what we expect. Time to kill that. Oh, so much better. Okay, so that works. Good status. All right, client. Yeah, that's fine. Args. That changed. Good. Hmm. And what is this one? This one is stitch number 2. Number 2. Sarcastic Dante, good morning. So I want to open that in the editor. So Sarcastic Dante, I don't know if you remember what I was working on something to add a little bit of buffer and to clean up a lot of the dropped frames I was getting in OBS due to Starlink. And check this out. So part of it's good. Right? Now we're capturing more, but still we get a gap that's longer than about 5 seconds. So over this, what is it, hour 17? Hour and 17 ago, we switched over to using the software. So we're doing all the packet and delay and everything. That's all working. We just added auto lookup to it, and it seems to be all right. So far so good. How many of those do I have going? Okay, I think we're good. There. What I'm kind of curious about is, see here, this says it's unstable for 20 seconds or 10 seconds, 15 seconds. I'm not sure what that ends up doing to Twitch, because I mean, if 20 is kind of the high mark, we could increase the buffer by about 20 seconds and see if we can get it all green. But that would, oh, how much did it drop before? Oh, quite a bit more than this. And this is only the 5 second buffer. Um, so before, in this view here, we would have seen anywhere from like 6 to 8% network frames dropped. So in that case, it's doing much, much better. Much, much better. Um, I think we got the 40 second here, 47 dropped frames. I think it was when we had some compiling going on. So far, it's quite a bit better. But see, even during that, it seems to have recovered. And I'm not sure how much this is actually showing up on your end, because it's hard to evaluate this, from behind Starlink. Um, but this is the local buffer, and you can see sometimes it's not able to send the packets out. So it's buffering a little bit. You saw here it buffered 1341 bytes. Yes, right now it is delayed by 5 seconds, at least 5 seconds. So it's five that I added plus whatever Twitch is adding. So right now Starlink's behaving pretty well. And maybe we'll just leave it at the 5. I might bump it up a little bit more. It really depends on how it's coming across on the other end. Um, but I think this is good. It gives us kind of a beginning of this thing. So far, it's nice. All right, y'all. I think we got that accomplished. It's good to have gotten that done in the stream. Latency to broadcaster, 6.41 seconds. That's uh, test it out. I mean, can you time it? Send a message. See how long it takes to show up in chat. Curious. I wonder. I wonder if that actually includes the buffer time, because OBS is actually timestamping these, and they establish a zero when they do the handshake, because I'm still doing the RTMP handshake. Oh, there's a buffer. See, it's those things that I was trying to get it to survive. Oh, 14 seconds. Okay. So yeah, it's 5 for me, 6 for Twitch, and that rounds up to 14. So, because I added exactly 5, but it's working, and it cleans up quite a bit. So that, and I'm hoping to be able to move where I'm keeping Starlink at the moment. I'm gonna put it in some place that's a little bit more favorable, a little higher. But we have some huge trees here, so. But this is probably all I'm going to be doing in terms of like Stitch server and Stitch client. I think they're done, except for a couple little features. Um, but if anybody does want to help with these, um, by all means, help out. All right, now this should be fixed. This has been implemented. Resolve. All right. How do I go back? Goes to Halsey Stitch there. I want to be able to go back to the project. So I can go back through here. There. Oh, look, it's dropping again. All right, y'all. Let's get going. Who shall we raid? Bear Cool Cow, says Muma. Oh, Bear Doodah. Bear Knuckles. What was the bet that you lost? Okay, get this set up. It dropped a bit. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, look at that. See, this is why I would want to extend it past 5 seconds. Because this one hit 0 for a little bit. See that? Its buffer, it was empty for quite a few seconds. So I might double it to 10, see how it goes. Just slowly inch it up. All right. Oh man, it's been good. I'm glad we got all that done. The auto lookup is great. We no longer have to do this funky thing with Twitch looking up IPs and stuff before the stream. That's nice. So, until next time, y'all. Bye bye.